Ridcully falls to his knees. Bugger! As he begins to try to bring gouts of cloth from his baseball uniform to hold and put as much pressure on the thing as possible. Detritus is roaring like a bull, and a lot of attention is being drawn to the area. The worst of it is, it's not only guards that are being attracted. All of these people that you've been seeing around the city have been mostly docile at this point, but now perhaps egged on by Dwaynes of their own and witnessing this thing and finally seeing an opening into whatever this building is that their various Dwaynes want them to go to. They are at first cautiously, and then with increasing abandon, converging like minnows in a school of fish on this location. Walking closely, keeping out of range and being ready to duck in case Detritus brings around the big weapon again, or in case something goes even worse. Shouldering their way past guards and protesting individuals in uniform as they begin to converge in front of the Fool's Guild. Now everybody is in a perfect position to see, has its insignia, its motto written over the pair of breasts that is the door knocker. Deco, Deco, Deco. I say. What do you do, Edward? Detritus is trying to reload his bolt, but I think he's misplaced the next pack of bolts. I don't think he usually has to shoot something more than once to get it to stop doing things. I think normally it's like a sort of one and done situation.
Do I see Buff Strongton?
Buff Strongston is if you could feel him, he'd be pulling on your leg and trying, or I guess he's the same height as you, pulling on your arm and trying to get you, but there's no corporeal feeling to it, and he seems linked to you in some way and is begging you to go. Dwayne as well. Any voice of reason has sort of abandoned him and says, "Now, ooh yeah, brother, now's our chance."
Oh, Krusty's booking it.
And as you begin to run, Crusty, the crowds themselves become more emboldened, and Detritus seems to fall back and try to work on getting the arrow out of his foot.
Yeah, I look over to Lady Mimosa, and
Mimosa Ranch, yes.
I'm just like,
Giggles of the North.
and I just go, "Are you seeing somebody?"
These are the portents I have feared. We must destroy that building.
What's the rock man?
Detritus?
Yeah.
He's on the ground, and now he, in addition to trying to pull the arrow out of his foot that has been launched but with such intensity that it's rooted to the ground, he's talking to something that is not there, saying, "Blanky, help! Help, Blanky!"
I grab the giant javelin arrow in his foot, and I pull it out, and I go, "Blanky's a goddamn lie. You hold them back. We're gonna burn down this fucking building." And then I kick open the door, and I start looking for shit to catch on fire.
Give me a parlay.
Yeah! I got an A!
Ooh.
On a hit, they ask you for something, and if you do it for me, make a promise. On a 7 to 9, they need some concrete assurance of your promise right now.
Concrete assurance of your promise right now. Promise me you won't hurt Blanky.
Yeah, of course. He's not real, so I can't hurt him.
Okay. And I guess you tear away and run in after Crusty.
Yeah.
I think one or two people got in past Crusty, and now you are heading in there as well.
Yeah. And I scream to the two of you, and I just scream like, "Come on!" as I'm running in.
We're coming!
Beef,
We're coming!
Oh, I love you. And he follows.
Chancellor, are you alright?
Genovia! What?
I've picked up Genovia and I'm like, we're going.
Oh, there's an oryx. I had an oryx when I was a boy. And he's looking off to his side at a space, looking at nothing.
Oh
no, this is so sad.
And you guys run in after.
We're going. Oryx.
Okay, give me a dex saving throw / defy danger dex, Crusty, heading through. Because as soon as you run into the sanctum that is the Fool's Guild, you are, as a troll, large, and therefore blundering into every possible trap that could possibly be set.
Alright. 7. Mixed success.
Excellent.
I'm break-even dexterity, so didn't fuck me over just then.
Hell yeah. You, as soon as you walk through the door, you walk on a piece of wood on the floor that was actually attached to a spring lever, which goes to a coil, which drops 3 pies from spring-loaded traps, all of them hitting you in the face. And there are, in fact, sharp things in the pies, and you immediately take 2 damage, ignore armor, as these razor pies sting into you and make little chiplets in you. And you are blundering on through. And you very quickly come to an open foyer, which should be a place that allows easy access to different levels and rooms of the building, but is instead you are faced by many different versions of yourself, looking at these mirrored walls. There's a path that vaguely snakes to the left and to the right, and Dwayne is saying, oh yeah, brother, I feel it, we're close, it's down somewhere, or maybe up. No, I think it's down deep, you gotta get down to the bones of it, don't you? It's always the thing, you gotta get down to the bones of it.
I just hold up the rock and I say, Dwayne, show me the way.
Listen.
And I'm gonna throw the rock and let Dwayne guide my hand as to what mirror must be broken.
Let Dwayne guide my hand.
Is he still carrying me at this point?
Yes.
Oh, I thought you
Oh
ran in
my
ahead.
God.
I grabbed
No,
her
he
and
grabbed me.
Are you saying...
I'm saying...
It's because he does, and I think everybody catches up for this moment, including the cloud of people coming through.
I say, listen, Crusty, I know you trust this rock, but he is not to be trusted.
The rock is not your friend.
He is not your friend. I have seen what lies beneath where he is leading you, and you need to be on my side. Can I cast?
Don't listen to her, brother.
Is this as we're
don't
like
listen to
busting
her.
in and
Yes.
I get pied and I'm like in the process of
Oh,
throwing the
we're
rock?
so
Being
close,
flung
brother.
around, yes.
We're so close.
Crusty,
And even if this is the
listen to me.
wrong thing to do, Dwayne says,
I
maybe
hit
it's
him
time.
with my staff to try to get him to listen to me.
Maybe it's time, brother, for a heel turn.
Don't listen to him. His voice will get...
Where do I throw the rock?
Give me a roll plus God, which is nothing.
Is it not charisma?
Nope, it's nothing.
It's nothing. Well, it's a 7.
I think you let Dwayne show you the way and hurl through probably 6 or 7 rows of the mirrors just with your troll's strength.
Nice.
Poof, 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 as these mirrors become even more distorted, showing you in several crystalline, fragmented shard versions of yourself. And it has in some way knocked a couple of these more confusing paths down and allows you to traverse slowly over the shards of broken glass and twisted metal. Charles, you have caught up and you are looking at this. Jerry is on your shoulder in as much the same way. Yeah. Oh, I can give you anything you want, man.
Jerry, you're very loud in my ear. You're very
Oh,
loud.
I can give you anything.
You can talk, but it's just.
I'm just saying.
You're like 2 inches from my ear. Don't forget. You're a possum. Your voice is very shrill. You got a very shrill voice.
I can give you anything you want, man.
All possums.
Yeah.
What do you want? You want to be a king? You want to be a king? You want to be a king in a castle?
Be a king. I just calm. Like
want your own-
you're like up here. You need to come down.
You want your own country?
Beef.
What is it?
Break some glass. Break some of these fucking things.
Right.
Don't hurt your head paws. You got soft little paws.
I love you, and he
I love
begins
you.
to smash into the things. And I think you guys are creating a massive mess of this hall of mirrors.
And just like sprinting down that way.
And you are. What are you guys doing?
So,
Genovia.
like, I know there's like a hall of mirrors, but like, are there, what real flammable stuff do I see around that thing? I'm looking for mainly tapestries, if there's any torches, any electrical. Is electricity in this world? Or is it just fun?
Probably, definitely not in wide use. They've probably
Yeah.
found it a couple times.
So they're definitely, so there's like, so I'm looking for like torches, tapestries, anything like that.
Yeah, I definitely think you see some tapestries of famous clowns over the years. There's the Barks brothers. There are
One.
there's there's
And all the
Carly Rae Chaplin.
2.
Shit,
Are you a real fan?
there's a
Say
troll
real
fool by the name of Luster Keaton.
3.
He was a very shiny troll.
There we go.
Let me see if I can get one more. Fuck.
Gotta get to 5.
You know, I'm just gonna edit this so it looks like they're all coming off the dome, right?
Oh, yeah.
Just Will Ferrell. He's also in this universe.
Many.
That's many.
Well, I'm happy that you went through all that trouble to describe these tapestries that I'm literally, as I'm running, grabbing and ripping down and like dragging with me.
I think you are, and I think Buff Strongston is. I think this puts you behind the pack pretty much because Buff Strongston is screaming at you in your ear, seemingly tethered. You can't go that far from where you yourself are, and he says, "No, they're gonna get it before we do. They're gonna get it before we do." What are you doing? What are you doing? And you are gathering all the tapestries and throwing them maybe in the front hallway, which is the most wooden part that we see. And that is, in fact, starting to inhibit some of the people that are still trying to pour and push their way into this hallway with the zealotry of the newly converted. Are we doing anything other than following the trail of Dwayne destruction?
As we're going, I'm like, you don't understand. All these other people are crazy, but Dwayne is telling me the truth. And I'm unleashing a crazed performance on the Dobro. Trying to turn the people who are following closest behind us against each other so that we have more time.
Hell yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. Go for it.
Charm person,
would
that let me convince him that he is crazy too, and to believe me and follow me?
Let's check out the language of that real quick, and let's resolve this roll for the crazed performance on the Dobro.
10.
Ah, fuck. How many people do you want it to affect?
What? Just like the mob that's closest to us. I just wanted to start fighting each other.
So I don't think it's really possible in real life to strum a dobro like an electric guitar riff, but I think you do.
It's like around my neck, so it's because it's kind of like the lap guitar thing. So it's like I'm doing like the whole slide thing.
Sure. If there was a way to do a power chord with the slide guitar, I think that did it.
Better post.
It's actually. I think it shatters some more of the glass, and instantly the people around that are not your friends, because I think it was a perfect success, begin to fight each other. And a couple of them actually take swings at you guys. Are you on your own power, or are you still being sort of carried by the troll, by Crusty?
You're still up on the shoulder.
He has not let me down.
He's not let you down.
Trying vehemently to convince you as I'm
Only
carrying
emotionally
you.
has he let me down.
That sounds like a bond. We'll see about it.
I think that's a bond shift.
So it's mostly Charles and Beef that are under attack by the cloud of people that are following. And I don't think it's a big deal yet, but you are having to like sort of feint and keep them off as you retreat, following Crusty covering the rear.
Oh, they hate hurting Beef.
Yeah. I think while they are crazed with religious fervor, they are not about to throw themselves into the bear's den. So go ahead and read that spell off for me.
Yeah, it says this person, not beast or monster, you touch while casting this spell counts you as a friend until they take damage or you prove otherwise. So, you trust your friend,
Is
right?
Crusty already your friend?
Yes, but...
I want to do...
I need to get through to him! So desperately!
What do you do?
So I can't use the 3rd level spell, because I've already used 1st level spells.
Yeah, you would have to sit in quiet contemplation for an hour and rechange your spells, and I don't know if you have time for that now.
That can't happen.
I think that's easy.
I'll be right back. Dwayne and I'll check it out. Just hang here for an hour.
Yeah.
Okay, I call over Edward. Edward!
You hear from farther into the Fool's Guild the call of Genovia.
Yeah, so I've been like putting tapestry around. I'm trying to like interlace it in like flammable places, and then as I'm running, I'm like ripping parts of it and like tying it off because I'm trying to make like a continual line. I'm pretty much trying to make a fuse. And being that it's a Fool's Guild, if I did find any alcohol, I did douse all of the stuff in the front part of it.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah,
but yeah, and so like I start screaming. Don't worry, I'm coming, only competent member of this party.
And between you doing this and Detritus outside, who is ignoring the repeated pleas to Blanky and saying, "I'm sorry, Blanky, I'm sorry," no people are coming now through the entrance of the building. You have assembled this. Did you set it on fire? Or
I haven't set it on fire yet, but I'm like trying to I'm taking it as far as I can go with it to try to get to them because I'm trying to scream, "We shouldn't be running super far into a building that's about to be on fire."
I agree.
So, Crusty, it is about this time that, being guided by Dwayne, you have hurled the rock enough times and picked it up and hurled it again and blundered through and playing these shattering notes, ignoring the behests of Genovia and, somewhat, unaware of the cloud of, crazed zealot, new converts behind you. You have found what looks to be, the more maintenance side of the Fool's Guild. There are steps going down, and you can see in the distance a hallway at the bottom of the steps that leads to what might be a kitchen.
Going down. Is that right, Dwayne? Going down?
Yeah, brother, going down.
Going.
Crusty, let me down! And I just hit him with my staff.
Well, I'm just trying to take you to it. I want to share this with you.
No, we must destroy it. You must listen to me.
And you plummet further down into the bowels. Are you on your way in to follow them?
Yeah, I'm trying to scream and I'm screaming out to Crusty. Your new boss says we got a new job to do. And I'm gonna try to parlay with them.
Yeah. So with the parlay, if you go along with what another PC asks you to do in parlay, you mark experience.
But I failed my parlay.
So
Can I assist?
you mark experience.
If you want to try to assist, because it's a 6, so it could be assisted
Can I
up to a
assist?
7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go for it.
I think it's fair that you've been trying to,
Hey, there we go. There we
Is that
go.
a perfect success?
it's a mix.
It was mixed success.
Yeah.
Mixed
So I believe that means that it's up to Crusty, and if he so chooses, in order to go through with this, he requires something from you, some sort of concrete promise. And maybe this is a moment where you all finally catch up. Charles, Beef, Edward, Genovia, and Crusty, and probably still holding off the masses of people. And having been denied this one hallway, they begin to flutter out and begin to search more things and upend cupboards and drawers and look through whatever might be driving their personal small gods mad. So what is this conversation like? Crusty, if you choose to go forward with this, you have the right to ask for a concrete assurance, just as though an NPC had been parlayed with for mixed success.
Okay. Look, what? What's the job? What are we doing? We're trying to get down here.
Alright, so here's the thing.
No, we are not trying to get down there. We are trying to destroy down there just before it destroys all of mankind.
I got a
Have you ever had
feeling.
anyone take advantage of you before, Crusty?
No.
Well, one time I was summering, as most rich dwarves do. I was summering, and I was, someone approached me and said, "Do you want to be famous?" Of course I did. Anyways, turns out they were liars. And I think all of us have a little liar in our heads.
Yes, much like your rock friend
Yes.
there. He's not really your friend.
Would I lie to you, brother?
Oh, of course not. Now, hold on. Can we, first of all, can we walk and talk? Can we walk and
Well,
talk?
I have an idea, actually. This is the Fool's Guild, and the Fool's Guild is definitely known for having some of the best wine by the barrel. And we're right next to the kitchen. How about you go grab us a couple of barrels of wine, and we'll have a great talk.
Alright, but if I'll grab some wine real quick so we can sort of have a recharge.
Yeah.
You like wine? I do like wine.
If you do that, if I'll do that, can you help me get to where the thing is? We can do what you guys want to do after. I'll just gotta go and get to it.
There's a
Yeah,
problem,
I got a feeling
though.
too. I got a craving.
There
to
is
go
a
down
problem.
There too.
Here's the thing.
And
We can't...
do you see this fucking? Oh, of course you don't see the fucking possible.
I've seen what is down there, and your eyes do not know what they are prepared to behold. We must destroy
I think I'm
it.
okay.
No, this rock you see, or whatever you're seeing, I don't know what is guiding you.
possum.
I see
It's
no
obviously a
possum. They are not real. They don't want what is best for you. They are selfish. You must listen to me.
Oh, I think you shouldn't talk nasty about Dwayne.
Brother, may I speak frankly with you?
Well, of course.
Crusty, what is it you want, brother?
Well, I want to make you happy, Dwayne.
I want the same thing. Let's keep going.
Whatever he's saying to you, you must not listen. You must... Edward, help me. He must not
Come on,
listen.
I'll get some wine and we'll drink it on the way, alright?
Actually, let me go help you grab some wine. We need lots of wine, so I'm gonna go in the kitchen and try to look for a barrel.
Sure, you do.
But we'll go together still if we grab the wine, right?
We'll all go. I'll go too.
I look at you.
So you're in luck. Oh no, go ahead.
Well, I look at you, Crusty. I'm sorry. And then I grab the wine and I throw it down the steps, like the barrel of wine. I throw it down the steps, and then the tarp that I had been making, I light it on fire and I throw it on top of like the wine, like that is spilled down the steps.
Whoa, what?
And I'm gonna light it and then throw it, and so it starts to it lights the wine that's going down, the very high proof, fool's gold wine, and then ignite the cloth leading up to the front of the building to burn it down.
We are now in a fiery tunnel that keeps going downward into the earth.
Goddamn. I gotta go.
We must leave
I don't
now.
like fire.
We must
I
get
don't like
everyone
fire.
out.
Fuck this shit. I start running away.
How many people are in the building right now?
A lot, but they're mostly on the level up from you guys. You guys, as far as I understand, are in the subterranean level where like servants would go, and perhaps young, Muggins class fools like Gumbus, who you talked to way back in episode 2. I think. So what has really happened is there is a somewhat significant fire down here that is not entirely blocking everything yet, but has potential to grow. And forgive me if I'm wrong. You made like a fuse?
Yeah.
That's going back up the steps?
Up the steps. So I'm trying to just burn this whole building
now. There's something like 8 more barrels of wine as well. The danger is now there. This is a fiery tunnel. There will be smoke soon. What are you guys doing?
I set Genovia down, and I just give a sad look to new boss, and I say,
I made of rocks, mate.
And I go barreling down the tunnel as now the heat is getting to me, and I'm going full troll going after.
Because when you get hot as a troll, you get dumber because they have silicon brains.
And it's hot, baby.
Crusty, no!
And I am barreling down.
Who's following?
I'm chasing after it. I'm going to try to get up close to him and try to swipe out his legs.
Okay. This looks like a defy danger physical, I think. It's for you,
okay.
Crusty. Yeah.
Is that strength?
Yeah. Because you're... Yeah.
8.
All right.
Do I need to roll an opposing?
Many.
Do I need to roll an opposing?
Yeah, let's see. I don't know how to really do this. I don't think the system really has one for it.
I got...
Also a mixed success.
No, I got 7 plus 2, which is a 9.
Okay.
Because it's a strength.
I think he's slowing you down. I don't think it's in a way that's causing pain to both of you guys. You are out of the immediate realm of the fire because you have just pushed your way down the hallway, and you see now that you are in what can only be like the lowest of the low guild dormitories, like the Muggins classes, the lowest of the fools. In this heating up hallway, what are you two doing?
Charles, we must follow them. We must save Crusty.
I don't want to go out. It's fire down there. I don't want to go down a fire.
You don't.
Beef.
Did the
Beef.
possum disappear?
I love you.
Go. Save yourself. Leave. Go. Go. Head up to the front door for me. I'll be there in a minute.
Oh, okay.
This is
I love
bigger
you.
than just
Love you too.
sweating, Charles.
All right, let's go
We
down.
must
Let's
sweat
go.
for
Fuck
the
it.
ones
Let's
we
go.
love. We have to go and save them and all of mankind.
Fuck it. Let's go.
Is the rock that's not actually Dwayne, but a representation of Dwayne still around?
Oh yeah, I've got it. I've been throwing it and picking it up and throwing it and picking it up.
Yeah,
So I think he's
still. He might be a little more chipped.
a little chipped and banged up, but the visual representation
Still
of
the
Dwayne
eyebrows?
is still with me.
Okay. The next time he throws it, I want to try to actually get it before you can pick it back up.
Okay, this looks like another. This looks like a Dex versus. I think it's Dex for both of you, right? Like, are you throwing it again, or like?
Well,
what
I think I was throwing it because of the mirrors, but if we're just going down a straight tunnel, I'm like football running back.
Yeah. I don't know if he's throwing it, but you're looking for an option.
I'm trying to get it.
Yeah, we'll say you're holding an action to try to like strip the ball out of this running back. I think the two in the back are following up behind. Give me each of you just roll 1d6. And
I rolled 2. 3.
4.
You hear a chuckle ha,
My.
ha, ha. Just echoing somewhere in this tunnel.
Charles,
It's so...
Did you hear that?
No, you're hearing things now. You got your little special friend too?
No, did you hear? It was laughter. Did
No, I
you hear?
didn't hear no laughter.
She
You can't
looks
tell
around-
exactly where it's
she
coming
looks
from.
around at-
Echoing with the screams of the people yelling.
Make yourself known. I command it.
Farther down the hallway, trying to strip the ball from the running back and still careening around through the freshman Muggins dorms of the Fools Guild. What are you guys doing? Because I think Dwayne is screaming that whatever it is, it's close. It's close. It's close. It's close, brother. Oh, brother, you're close. Oh, I can
And
feel
you're
it.
gonna find it.
Oh, you're gonna find.
Are there more stairs going down, or are we all like just on? Are we just like on a flat level now?
I think at you're nearing the very end, what must be the worst possible dorms in the area, and you're coming up on the end of the hallway. And I think on this level, this part of the world of the Fool's Guild, there is a lot of what looks like recent construction. Mm-hmm. There is dust and loose cinder blocks, and clearly there's been some renovation going on. Mm-hmm. And you burst into the room on the end, just for lack of anywhere else to go, and are greeted with a picture of Gumbus and his family. They're all sort of standing next to each other, arm in arm. It's the day that he was sent off to the Fool's Guild to make us proud. That was 7 years ago, and he's still not very good at it. And you can see that he lives a kind of cold life. And on the other side of the room, where there would be a roommate's bunk situation, the wall has been constructed in such a way and renovated that it has been taken out. And down here, below Ankh-Morpork, there's just more Ankh-Morpork. It's a city built on a swamp, built on a city, built on a city, built on a city, as everything sinks farther down. Mm-hmm. And you are looking into what must have been another building at some point, leading further down into the depths. And as all of this careens into your eyeballs at the same time, I think Edward slams into you from the side. And give me a defy danger strength.
Oh, that won't do it. That's a 5.
The physical representation of Dwayne flies out of your arms and onto Gumbus's bed.
I mean, I'm like, no, and I gotta grab it.
I try to snatch it up. What do I need to roll?
Let's just say this is a contested dex roll, so both of you plus dex.
I got a 7.
8.
Damn. Cool. So, Crusty himself, puts himself in the way and picks up, the physical representation of Dwayne, sort of holding off with one hand, Edward. What are you two doing? Have you followed, or have you investigated?
I'm following.
Yes, we followed.
I want to follow the possible thing.
Are you sure you don't hear that laughter?
I don't know.
I think you hear it now.
I hear fucking. There's something now in this mid-sentence, I'm realizing I'm hearing that. This possum just wouldn't shut the fuck up, so it's just really loud in my ear. Yeah, I'm hearing the laugh. I'm hearing the laugh.
The laughter is real. The possum is not. You must trust me.
Well, why would... Okay, well, I guess it makes sense, because we both hear laughter, but you can't hear the possum, so I guess...
Yes,
yeah,
you're seeing it now.
Yes,
You have grown, Charles.
thank
You must stay with me, Charles. We must
For how long?
rescue
For how
us.
long? I ain't doing long commitment shit. I'm in a cave on the ground, alright?
Maybe later you
Okay,
can
well-
just
well-
bestow a wizard's kiss and that.
Well, whoa, okay. What about your dying friend outside? Never fucking... I gotta find out what this possum wants.
A wizard's
This is it.
A wizard's kiss.
A wizard's kiss. Oh, shit.
Charles, let's go find our friends.
Alright, let's go.
We must get
I hear
them
some
out.
commotion.
We must destroy this place before it destroys us.
Yes, ports and stuff.
Now you are all finally reunited again in Muggin's old room with this next unknown building, the ruins thereof, the wall having been taken out. And you see, as you walk in, Crusty take Dwayne, or the physical representation thereof, out of his hands and hold off with one hand Edward.
I want to go from, like, holding him off to scooping him up into my arm to take him in there with me.
Okay. Are you gonna go with that, or resist?
I'm gonna go with it because as soon as he holds me up and start running, I'm just gonna fucking like waylay punch him like right in the side because like he's not gonna be resisting my blows because he's like holding me up to him. So I'm slamming in.
I guess hack and slash.
I respect it.
I got a 8 plus 2,
Pretty solid.
Oh,
which
nice.
is a 10.
And so now you trade damage, but I wonder what that means. Are you fighting back?
Well, so I got
Crusty?
so I got a full success.
Oh, it's a full
Yeah,
success.
he got a full.
I
He
see.
got a full.
So
He got
that
plus 2 to make 10. Yeah.
I can, if I want to, expose
Yeah.
myself, I can do extra
more.
damage. But I already get a plus 1d4 because of Merciless, my second level power.
Oh,
so
shit,
I'm gonna
that's
roll
right, you leveled
a
up.
d10 and a d4. And actually, you know what? Fuck it. You're not listening to me. So I am going to, at my option, I'm going to choose to do a d6, but I'm exposing myself to my enemy's attack.
Now, is this lethal or non-lethal?
This is non-lethal.
Okay, I see.
Okay, nice.
Okay. That's not terrible. 11.
11? Okay. I think that as that happens, I'm like, if there is detritus... Oh, well, he's outside. But if there is debris and other rocky formations and stuff, I think that just as that's happening, I just, without thinking, bump him into things as we're going.
Okay, that's...
I love that you're still holding on to me.
I'm like, you gotta understand. Dwayne's telling the truth.
You are champion, brother. Oh, you're my champion.
Wait, that was...
There's some
said that
fucked
was
up
how
shit.
much?
You did. You took
Should we stop
11.
this?
Yes!
Should we stop?
That's what I'm
So
saying, Charles!
what damage
Stop
does
him?
he take? As I am unintentionally hurting him, but I am hurting him.
I think a d6 at most.
Okay.
Actually, no. What is your damage as a bard? Is it d6?
Damage as a bard is a d6.
Oh, yeah, so a d6, but I think it's only... Yeah, I think it's a d6 if you're hack and slashing.
Yeah, alright, so it's just 2, as you just bump a couple of
I
rocks
take
on the
no
way.
damage because I have 3 armor.
Armor,
There you
that's
go.
true. Damn, that's a lot of armor.
Nice.
I'm like, you just don't
It's
get
laughing
it.
again. I don't like that. I'm sorry. I don't like that laughing. I don't like it.
Neither you or I like it.
All right.
We must get to the bottom of this, quite literally.
Well, quickly. Too, I'm getting real. Yeah.
And you continue to follow down, and you are walking through an old building that might have at one point been maybe a customs building or some sort of clerical thing, past old desks, dusty, with years and years of grime and dust, something that clearly served a different purpose than what this building currently does, the Fool's Guild. And you are going down, Crusty, not now through just hallways and staircases, but sometimes just through rotted pieces of wood. And with Dwayne's voice in your ear, you are more and more emboldened, leaping down to lower and lower
You're still
levels.
holding on to me?
He's got a
Or
good
did you let me go?
I think that I am still holding on because I want my friends to understand
Right.
that Dwayne is telling the truth. So yeah, I'm still holding on.
Alright, I'm just gonna say, I'm just like, Crusty, you have one last chance. You have to listen to us and you gotta stop.
Are we there at this point?
I think you guys are trying to keep up. You're not as haphazard, so you're just always very slightly behind.
Okay, so we aren't there to assist with this conversation.
You can, absolutely, yeah.
I think
Listen to him, Crusty!
I'm gonna stop and I'm gonna set him down.
I think you are in front of what might have been a doctor's office 150, 200 years ago. Breathing hard.
I canonically am not breathing hard. We discussed this 3 episodes ago. I've cooled down a little bit. What? I got Dwayne in my ear real hard right now, and I want to listen to him. You gotta give me a good reason to trust you, because Dwayne has never steered me wrong.
Halfway. Alright, so.
That was so dramatic.
I put a few things together. One of them being, you're not the bard I hired. Now. That being said, think about it like this. You like divine intervention. Dwayne hit you on the head with a rock, correct?
Oh yeah, this one right here.
And I hold up the visual representation of
Down the
Dwayne.
rock!
Just put the
And then-
thing away. God damn it.
You fell on top of a bard and assumed his identity, and that led you to here.
Well, less assumed his identity, more assumed his stuff.
Who sent him a letter to send him to town?
Nobody. I didn't have a letter. I just walked straight.
No, I sent the man that you were able to take his stuff to get you to here. I sent that letter.
Wait, hold on.
This isn't, and I take the book that was on the body and I flip through to see if there were extra papers stuck bookmarked in the pages.
Sure, let's say canonically that just missed by your big troll fingers, was a letter from one Edward Valender.
Oh, well, shit, look at that.
And now,
He is not lying to you,
so,
but Dwayne
if
is.
Dwayne, the real Dwayne, set you on this path,
Right.
I'm part of it, and I helped get you here.
Okay.
And so I'm telling you, the Dwayne that you are hearing is not the real Dwayne. Because I can prove that to you, because I am the one that brought you to here with this letter.
Oh, shit, hold on.
Listen
And he
to
starts
what
like
he's-
rubbing his temples with his big stony fingers. He's like,
You know, ever since he started telling me to do stuff, he sounded different.
He doesn't want your best
Someone
interest.
different.
He wants to destroy you. You must listen.
Do you know what it's like to be alone, brother?
Don't listen to him.
Not just
Listen to
Listen to
him.
your real friends.
not just on your
Be
own.
real.
I'm
about
talking
me.
about alone for millennia under the ground, brother.
Think about my
Everybody,
pelts. My
keep
pelts. I still
talking
need
to
to
him.
sell them. I
Keep
don't have
talking
much
to
time
him. We
sell
must
my
defeat
pelts. I
him.
better
We
burn
keep
in
talking
fire.
to him, and he won't listen to Dwayne anymore.
Down
Please.
in the magma,
Come
alone.
You are real and important to us.
Quiet.
I find a pebble on the ground, an elongated pebble, and I place it above Krusty's eye. And I slowly raise it up and go, "You're the real Dwayne."
Krusty's like having a breakdown right now. He's like,
There's too much noise. There's too much noise.
Let's get him out of here. Hurry quickly before it
let's
ruins
go.
and he like touches the rock that you put on his
British.
forehead.
What the fuck is that noise? I keep hearing that laughing.
Do we all
I like
hear
it.
that now?
Yeah.
I fucking like that bullshit. What's that?
We need to get out fast.
Is the laughing
fucking
coming from
Before
like
we-
the way we came, or like the way we were going, like deeper down?
I think you guys jumped down from a rotten through floor, and it's somewhere from above you now.
God damn, how the fuck we get out of here?
I just like
Who's a good jumper? I ain't a good jumper.
in my
How's
head.
Dwayne? Or I mean, Crusty.
In my head, I just ask him.
Are you the Dwayne I've always known?
I've always been here for you, brother.
Don't ask.
No,
Don't talk to
that
him.
is
Don't
not
talk to him.
I don't know if I can believe you.
Don't believe him.
Don't talk to him.
Don't believe him.
An eternity
He
alone.
wants to destroy.
That's what you
He's a
delivered
complete
me from.
dickhole. He's a dickhole.
Yes, he is.
I never
The
steered
hole
you wrong,
in a dick,
Crusty.
He is that.
I never steered you wrong.
Nothing more than a
He
flat
is
dick
quite
hole.
literally leading you down the wrong path right now.
Hello, friends. Jonah here once again to say thank you for listening to episode 5, the finale of PORTENTS. This side quest is brought to you by our wonderful sponsor, Castor & Pollux, makers of mystical jewelry and geeky novelties. Quest Company listeners can go to castpollux.com and get 15% off of your entire order of dice, jewelry, and other nerdy accessories by using the code TheQuestCo at checkout. That is a great deal that we are so happy to share with you, and if you order a set of dice or a cool piece of jewelry from Castor & Pollux, go ahead and send us a picture and we'll feature you on our Instagram and Twitter. If you're a fan of the Quest Company, please help us out and go check out our show page on the Apple Podcasts app or wherever you listen to your podcasts and leave us a rating and review. It is super easy. It'll only take you a minute, and you doing that is a huge help to us as our podcast continues to grow. So please, pause this episode, go submit a rating and review, and then hop right back in. We read every single review that comes in, and we love to see new ones. Have you heard? The Quest Company has a Patreon. If you love what we do and you want to take the next step in supporting us, please consider becoming a patron of the show. You can help us with necessary expenses and with purchases that will help us continue to improve the quality of the podcast. We have multiple patron tiers available so that you can contribute as much or as little as you're comfortable with, and every little bit helps. If you'd like to give us that support, you can do so at patreon.com/Quest Company Podcast. Alongside the Patreon, we also have a Quest Company Discord Discord server where you can connect with the cast as well as other fans of the show. Patreon subscribers get a special role on the Discord along with some other great rewards, and for a limited time, all new patrons of the Quest Company, regardless of what tier you subscribe at, will get a couple of Questco stickers along with a matching Questco button and special Dawson's Creek button. You can find the links to both the Patreon and Discord server on our website, questcompanypodcast.com, and on our social media. We're on Twitter, Instagram, etc. at The Quest Company. And just like with reviews, new patrons will get a shout out here on the podcast. And now, for the moment you've all been waiting for. Tomorrow is Spider Day! Joel has been working crazy hard putting this together, and tomorrow, April 17th, you'll hear me on Critical Bits telling the story of Spider Day to the 3rd grade class of Wallace H. Dale Elementary in a special episode with guests from shows like Head to Table, The Roaring Trainers, The Dice Girls, and more. And then on April 19th through 21st, you can check out the Spider Day celebration live stream on Twitch. This 4-day event will feature the cast of Critical Bits along with other podcasts and content creators playing tabletop RPGs together. Join us as we show off the amazing world of indie RPG podcasts and raise money for Covenant House Georgia, a great nonprofit that helps underprivileged youth with shelter options and outreach programs and fights against human trafficking. You'll be able to help by doing things like ordering a Spider Day parade and fun run tee or tank top with proceeds going to benefit Covenant House. I've already ordered mine. You can find all the details you need for scheduling, merch, and more at spiderday.com. I'd like to take a moment to thank the splendiferous and huggable Joseph Cash for the PORTENTS theme and for the tasty Dobro jams he put together for this side quest. And I'd also like to thank the other wonderful artists whose music we used. Thank you so much to Tabletop Audio for the tracks Warehouse 13 and House on the Hill. You can find more great tracks for your next gaming session at tabletopaudio.com. Thank you to Sextile for the song Tuscan Sun, Zreen Toyz for the song The Ruins of Kadatheron. Thanks to Soft and Furious for the song Your Magic. Thanks to Unforeseen Heights for Drug Crazed Sound. And Austin Leonard for the song Many Gods. You can find more from all those artists on freemusicarchive.org. Also, thank you to Houses of Heaven for the song Escape and Devon Church for the song Week Night. You can find more from those artists on the YouTube audio library. Additional sound design by Tim Kahn and Kem. That's all for me, so let's bring this side quest to an end. Thank you for listening to PORTENTS here at the Quest Company. Crusty's so conflicted right now.
Do you need a tickle?
I just grab his face. I'm like, Crusty! Look at me, look at your friends! I move his head over to Edward, your new boss! We love you, Crusty! We love our people, let's get out of here!
This sounds like a parlay.
I think it does.
I'm gonna let you.
Yeah.
Someone else parlay because
Can I help assist? Is that a thing?
Yes. Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm also screaming. Piss hole.
I did. Okay, wait. What is it? Plus? Do I get a plus?
That was
parlay is charisma.
Yeah.
Plus charisma. Okay, I've got a 9.
Great. So that's a mixed success for Genovia, and it is Snake Eyes for Charles.
Charles.
So you've made your sort of pitch to Crusty. You have offered your love, your support in this time, but that we all just need to get out of here. And as soon as Charles opens his mouth to chime in, he is taken to the ground by something dropping from above, and you hear a bzzz, and in a flash, something has leapt up from Charles, and you see that thin fool with just the single, the 2 little spots on his cheeks and the little clown nose on his head.
Giggles.
Hi, everyone. Seems like you found my little project. And he immediately springs like an acrobat towards Edward. What do you do, Edward, as this...
in the fucking
So I'm PTFO right now.
You're just on the ground.
I got a 9, which is a mixed success.
Hell yeah. I think you go ahead and deal your damage.
All right.
Now, do you still get the 1d4 from me? I forget. How long ago was that?
No, not
I feel
anymore.
like that was long enough for
Yeah.
Joe.
I was like, that feels like it was a long time.
Because since then I've punched you.
That's
The music has stopped.
I got 7 damage on him.
Hell yeah.
And also, no, I'm sorry, 8 damage and it's 2 piercing. So it ignores 2 armor, and I forgot to add my serrated it. So it has 8 damage in total and 2 piercing.
I don't like Giggles.
Crusty had a breakdown, y'all.
Poor Crusty. Now his friends are attack.
Nice.
You get a really good chunk out of this guy, and as a part of the mixed success, he brings around a flat palm against you, and the joy buzzer in his hand does stun damage to you, which makes you defy danger Constitution real quick.
All right.
Yeah.
I got a full success. I got an 11.
Okay, you only choose one. 7 non-lethal stun damage. Drop something important, or I'm gonna say take a minor debility.
I'm gonna take 7 non-lethal stun. Does my armor negate that at all?
I don't think so because it's like electricity. He's hit you with a joy buzzer.
I'm gonna take 7 non-lethal.
Hell yeah.
Tank it. Tank it.
Hell yeah. Charles, you've been knocked flat on the ground, and the buzz of that first buzzer attack has worn off. You are looking up at this combat right now as a really nasty hit gets Giggles in the, what was it, like the ribs or something that you punched in?
Yeah. Punched him right in the
and
kidneys.
he, in turn, does an electric attack, open hand slap on Edward. What do you do from the ground?
Jump up with my bow.
Absolutely, Legolas.
Fucking bam, right between the,
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
I want to give him
Fucking
some dobro as he's doing.
Both of you roll.
All right. That's
Nice.
I failed. God damn it! 4, 5, 6, 7. That's it's a 7.
Well, that's it's a 7. 100%.
4, 5, 6. Actually 6. I'm just kidding. That's a fail.
Ah, dang.
I'm sad.
Gotcha.
That's
mine was a 9.
Sad.
Great.
Magic.
So as I ring on the dobro, you get. I was going for plus 1d4 forward to damage, so you missed this time, but you still get it going forward.
Next one, I get a D4. Hell yeah.
So on the next one,
Yeah,
whatever his next one is?
it's plus 1d4 forward to damage for him.
4 specifically.
Yeah.
Great. And I think you pull back with a mighty draw on your bow, but just the close quarters and the fact that you had to spring up from a prone position to do so, I think he ducks under it with an inhuman, foolish kind of grace to him, and he brings down a open palm slap on you. Give me a Constitution.
Fuck.
Yeah, give me a Constitution.
5, 6, 7.
Nice.
Flat.
7 damage. Ignore armor. It's non-lethal damage because it's a stunner. Drop something or take a debility. That was it.
I don't have anything important. Unless dungeon rations would be considered important. Because I got about one of those.
Ah, shit! I dropped my snacks.
I'll take the 7 damage.
Okay, great. You
Yeah,
take
as I
7
just
damage.
Play my chord on the dobro. I'm like,
I'm sorry you got hurt on my account.
Next up in the order is Genovia, who has been hearing this giggling for a while, and now the unnerving has become full. As Giggles does his horrible movements and begins to try to come towards you.
I magic missile him.
Give me a roll. Oh, I need to resolve something about your thing, by the way.
2, right?
yeah.
Yes. Okay, so that is a 9.
I'm going to say that as this, what's the word, mixed success, you summon the magic and channel it again, this trusty spell that has served you so well. Channel it from your staff, and as it leaves your staff, it leaves your mind. You can no longer cast that spell until you commune with your spellbook again. You have been stripped of your magic missiles. Give me that roll.
Dang it, it's not. That's not
How much? Nevertheless, they tear out and begin to hit Giggles, and you are at least revealed to see that the singes and scars it does do bring blood. He is flesh, as such, and is taking damage from you, and you can see that it is actually scoring and harming his body. And he, in turn, you good?
There's a little bug.
Oh.
It's like a little...
He's Crusty's friend.
It's a little guy. Hey, you come on. It's like he's terrified or something of a literal giant.
I'm a big boy. Oh, sorry about that. I saw him crawling on the mic and I was like, hold on.
That's the kindest I've ever seen anyone treat a bug.
I touch his face real soft.
Giggles, who hurt you? We just had a breakthrough for Crusty. What about you?
I'm so sorry about
problem.
that, little boy. What you were saying.
And Giggles, in turn, with that hard, psychopath killer's look in his eye, comes up to you and grabs hold of your arm and brings his right hand back for a electronic slap. What do you do, Edward, as this incoming danger is about to threaten Genovia, whom I think you called the most competent member of the party?
Yeah.
Other than beef. This danger is incoming directly towards Genovia's face with this joy buzzer.
Punch him.
Hell yeah. Is this to deal damage, or is this to guard and defend Genovia?
This is... Let me see which one. I want to deal damage to him.
Great. This is a hack and slash.
I got a mixed success of an 8.
Nice.
So that means he deals damage. So the very first... Oh yeah, go ahead and deal damage.
I got... it's 7 damage in total, and the 2 piercing.
Oh, that's so perfect. So you bring, again, this fist directly to the center mass of Giggles, and now the Giggles that are coming out with flecks of blood as well. And unfortunately, it is not enough to stop the incoming electronic slap that hits Genovia right across the face, adding 1d4... What was it? 1d4 damage from your arcane arts. The mixed success of an arcane arts can also affect targets that you did not intend to affect. Shit. So, and an interesting thing happens. I think there is some sort of visual representation, not of Dwayne, but of this arcane art not only affecting Charles, but of and somehow empowering and swirling around Giggles as he brings down the hammer. That is a Constitution saving throw. Oh, no. So give me 2d6 plus Kahn, which I think is just 0 for you.
But you got plus 2.
Oh, damn, girl!
I added it.
That's a stout ass wizard.
That's right. That's a thick wizard.
Okay,
Hey, nice.
I got a 10.
Hell yeah. You take 7 plus 1d4 damage, or you drop something important, I'm going to say it's your staff, or you take a debility ongoing. Which would you like?
It's hard. Define the debility. Would I have to pick that?
So it would be a semi-permanent -1 to one of your stats. So, depending on what I choose, if I'm feeling really vindictive, I could make it your main stat that you have a penalty to, or something you don't already need, like strength.
I'm gonna do that.
You're gonna take a debility?
Cancerous.
I think you take a -1 to Kahn.
Okay.
So now you have only a +1 modifier. Not only that, Giggles isn't done, because the language of hack and slash means he gets an attack at you as well.
Yeah.
And in the exact same moment that he delivers this stinging electronic slap to Genovia, spurting blood from this liquid giggling from all this damage that he's taken, Giggles turns around to you and fixes you with the full bore of his eyes and his presence. Give me a roll plus cha. Because what Giggles does is an enthralling performance.
Oh no.
Great, I'm very enthralled because I got a 6.
Oof.
I wrote on a 6 and minus, just got thralled, son.
You just got thralled.
Giggles says, "You've been bought out. You work for me now." And next in the order is Charles.
Oh gosh.
I'm gonna pull back my bow and the arrow and shoot him in the face.
Give me a shot.
Let's try this out. Come on, kids. Let's show us what we're made of. Hell
Hey!
yeah! I'm a boy. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I'm gonna shoot him in the goddamn face.
I think the arrow directly goes into his forehead and sticks out the back, and he staggers back, this still cold grin on his face. Those sharp psychopath eyes suddenly getting a little bit confused and surprised. And he says, "But Giggles, I thought we would..." And he falls down to his knees. Everybody looks at Edward and sees in his eyes the same glassed-over expression that you saw in Dr. Whiteface and earlier Shifty Dan. Edward, you have permission to fuck these people up.
Oh shit!
I'm going after Crusty first because I already know that he's super weak from the punch he took earlier from me.
Do I have my turn after Charles in the midst of things?
I think you actually have your turn now, yeah.
Hell yeah! I failed. Never so happy
The
fail.
first time you failed on an attack roll.
Did he need to roll damage, or is it just...
Oh, yeah, he had 2 health. Yeah, he's good.
Solid.
Killing blow goes to Charles.
So yeah, I went to go swing on you and I failed hella bad.
Great. As he comes to swing at me,
No, don't listen to him. Don't listen to him. They're all liars.
and I'm gonna try to use my arcane art to shake his mind clear of the enchantment.
Give me a roll.
Snake Eye!
Oh,
no! He becomes more powerful.
no.
Hey, Buff Strongston appears to you
Yeah.
and says,
Old buff.
Hey, it's our turn now. Let's head on down there.
Cool. I just bolt down.
Edward, no!
Shit. Should we go get him? Or
Yes.
oh fuck, okay,
Let's
go.
go now.
Damn, okay, we're going. Try run.
Yeah. Just run after him.
and you go farther and
Can
farther
I,
down.
while he's running, can I shoot him?
Yeah, I think he was
Shoot him right
taking
off
shots and trying to stop, but just for dramatic effect, I think he's bailing, and you guys are going farther and farther down until finally you are no longer in a building upon a building upon a building. You have reached some form of bedrock, and you begin to see, Genovia, the same stone that appeared to you in your vision. Somewhere far below Ankh-Morpork, you see those pillars, if you recall how many they were. Yeah, and you begin to see this green phosphorescence, and you see the staggering form sprinting forward of Edward, moving further down. You want to spout some lore on this?
Yes, I do.
Oh.
Snake eyes on that man.
Okay, I rolled... Okay, that's not too bad. I rolled an 8.
Judging by the number of octograms everywhere, and the sparkling colors of magic, octarine, which is sort of a purplish-greenish yellow.
There's a lot of many happening.
There's a lot of many. There's a lot of 7A. There's a lot of second 7, or perhaps the number that comes after 7 and before 9. Because you're pretty sure that this has something to do with Bel Shamaroth, the sender of 8. Edward, you have made it into the center of this glowing room with runes all around you. You can feel Buff Strongston sort of dissipate and become all around you, and says, "This is it. This is it. This is it. This is it. This is it. Do you accept? Do you accept? Do you accept the gift?"
Of course, Buff Strongston. You're my hero.
Oh no!
Give me a roll plus cha to accept the gift of Bel Shamaroth.
As he's accepting,
Yeah, 7.
as he's accepting the gift, do we have any sort of reaction thing as he's stopped or whatever?
Yes, the 7 has meant that there are many octarine flashes, and I think everybody who has been seeing the small gods that have adhered to them are hearing, no, they're gonna take it first. They're gonna take it first. It's mine. It's mine. It's yours, brother. It's yours, brother. Oh,
I
brother.
go
Calm
to
down.
hit him in the head with the visual representation of Dwayne to knock him out.
Give me, I guess this is just a straight up strength roll.
I miss. I just chuck it.
Anybody
It
else?
goes way
Can
far.
I try to hobble him?
Yeah.
Hit him in the leg?
So this is a called shot.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I
It's
guess.
your ranger
Can't do
move.
my spell anymore.
All right.
Ugh.
Do I just roll? Mm-hmm. 5, 6, 7 plus 8, 9.
Yeah, you hit him in the leg and you expend another ammo. You sink to one knee, Edward. Does this bring you to your senses, or are you trying to no longer accept the gift? The presence of your friends and the pain in your knee offer you another cha save to try to get out of it if you so wish.
Let's see. Let's just see what the dice tell me I'm gonna do. Oh, okay. So I start to get real mad for a second because I'm ready to take the gift, and I scream like, "Charles, this is not beef. Oh. If this world goes, beef goes with it." And then and I look at Muff Strong and go, "You might have been my hero, but you were never my friend." And I just scream, "Beef!" And I deny the gift.
And the coursing lines of octarine fire that were Bel Shamaroth, the sounds of sliding tentacles and the almost subtextual chanting that might have been heard, any of this wizard shit begin
You know all that wizard ass shit you do.
begins to recede, and Edward falls to the ground.
I gotta scoop him up.
Edward, let's go. Let's get out of here.
I gotta go. I gotta make sure Beef's okay.
These are the dark things I have spoken of.
Can we burn it down? What can we do?
We start smashing.
Can you do wizard shit?
Well, we must first get out of here. I can no longer cast my spell.
Alright, fucking sweet, alright. Yeah, step one, alright.
Get out of here.
Get themselves out. And I think this is where we leave the first arc of our Discworld heroes, as you have at least postponed this cosmic threat and said no to the gifts of the small gods. You set off back out the Fool's Guild towards safety and towards friendship.
Is Beef there?
Yeah.
If Beef's not there, I'm going back there. Welcome to the world of Heavendale, a town populated by superpowered teens that have been infiltrated by the group.
Did you mention daycare yet?
I was gonna just say who they were, so...
Hey, don't forget to tell everybody that I used to be a villain.
I have to like get to that first before I can even say it.
Damn it, I rolled a 5.
Why are you rolling dice? We're just recording a promo and not playing.
Crap, I rolled a 4.
What?
We are going to die in the promo.
Okay, that doesn't really make sense if people haven't listened to the podcast yet, so I don't know why.
It's a pre-callback.
Okay, pre-callbacks are not a thing.
I feel really good about the promo.
I have not even finished the opening line.
Yeah, I think we nailed it.
Okay, no one knows the name of our podcast.
It's Critical Bits.
It's a comedy role-playing game podcast.
Find it wherever you get your podcasts.